Hey y'all, I'm Flint.
And I'm Lena.
Welcome back to Queer Dice Rolls, the podcast where two queer, neurodivergent, and chronically ill bards try working out their past, identities, and problems, one conversation at a time.
Join us as we once again fail our deception checks and share just a little too much.
Hi Lena.
Hi, Flint.
I'm back!
You're back! Yes, you're back from your vacation.
Yeah, I went to Sanderson Con in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Utah. So sorry. That was fun. How was it?
It was awesome. So it's called Dragonsteel Nexus. It was basically mostly about books and authors.
Your favorite things.
It was wonderful. Lots of fun, like, games, beautiful art, really cool expo floor, lots of neat talks. Got to see Brent Weeks talk, the person who made Arcane talk.
Oh, that's right.
Brandon Sanderson talk a few times. Lots of other people. Met some indie authors that have been, like, advertised to me several times. It was really cool. And we got to meet Brandon very briefly, and Kiddo got a signature on his book, so it was very cool. It was a good time. I physically did better than I expected to, but it was still really painful and difficult because the convention center, and they took up the whole convention center, was 2 blocks by 1 block.
2 city blocks full of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Concrete fun.
Yeah, it went really well. Was growing the whole time, and I hurt. So you'll probably be able to hear it in my voice today.
Yeah, we've been trying to help.
Yeah, it's a new problem. Hooray.
Yay.
My tendons are all, like, locked up, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Because, like, it's like my muscles and tendons grew with my bones, but my tendons didn't expand.
Yeah, like they couldn't move. They, like, need help moving into the correct place. So
that's a new, fun, horrible problem. But the trip was really fun. It was really fun to get to see somewhere new. Salt Lake City was, it reminded me, I think, of Memphis. I'm trying to remember which city it was. Like, it was cute and small, and had really pretty views of the mountains. It snowed a little bit while we were there. It was cold the whole time. Delicious. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which was great because in the convention center, it was hot AF. Because there were so many people.
Oh my God.
But everybody was so nice. Everybody was so friendly and sweet, and we were all just delighted to be there. And even though, like, I was a little concerned because being a gay couple, but everybody was really nice. Like, there was always, like, this look of genuine surprise when they would, like, be talking to one of us and then the other one would show up, but nobody ever said anything or made us uncomfortable or stopped talking to us or anything. So
I'm so happy for that.
Yeah, it was good. It was really nice. It restored a lot of faith in humanity. And I got to hear Brandon read, like, he had another secret project surprise that's from, because I just read Trust of the Emerald Sea not too long ago, and it's, like, one of my favorites because it was genuinely delightful to read from Hoyt's perspective, like, as a writer. Writing that is difficult. Like, it's very skilled. I know that, like, the readers probably don't understand that, but, like, to be able to subtly break the fourth wall consistently, and, like, very punching through the page, break the fourth wall, and, like, know when to use those tools and how to tell a story consistently in a voice like that it's delightful. And there's a new one that's going to be from Hoyt's perspective.
Oh, really? Yeah. I don't think you told me that. That's really exciting.
And we got to listen to, it was the one night we stayed up really late, we got to listen to him read the first 2 chapters. Yeah.
I cracked my jaw. I was so excited.
It was so good. Like, the writing's just, like, there's so many times where I was just so delighted by how clever the writing is. And it's good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that was really fun.
Is it coming out soon? Or did they not say?
There's a Kickstarter that's happening for like some children's books and that secret project. So or a backer kit thing. So I'm signed up for that or whatever.
Is the are the children's books, do they include the Arithmetist sequel?
No, but they're fun art projects.
Oh,
like,
cool.
They're like little like kids books, but they're beautiful like art projects.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really cool because like Z and I we've been going to cons since we were first married, and so like we got to go to Dragon Con a few times, and like
Which is in Atlanta, right?
and we met such cool people, and like we had a great time, and it's something we really enjoy spending our money on. But like, you know, we were really poor, so like the passes we got were like student discounted, and like we had to take public transit to get over there, and so it was really cool to go to a con and like buy nice books. Like we're getting to like live our dream of like actually having beautiful leather bound books, because that's what we spent our money on.
Yep.
It's the leather bound books.
Yep, he has a great library, everyone.
Yeah. I'm slowly like collecting, and like it's not like we could buy like the whole library that Brandon Sanderson has, but like we got some of the ones that mean the most to us, which was really cool.
To be fair, he has a lot of books.
He is he's so prolific.
I know.
And so humble.
He seems like a very sweet
He's
man.
just like he's just good people. Just good people.
Someone you'd want to be friends with. Like have like a monthly dinner with.
And yeah, he like he spent all this time and money making a coin to help prevent suicides. Yeah, it's really cool. It's one of the new projects he announced.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna like, it's one of my things I'm gonna do for charity this year. Like, it's such a cool idea. Anyway, it was a really fun time. I apparently want to live somewhere cold now.
Welcome. Welcome to my fucking corner. Because you were not in my corner.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't before I transitioned. I loved hot places, and now I am sad.
Welcome. We would love to have you as a member.
Yeah, so
Yay.
yeah, it was a great time, and Kiddo had a great time. Like, I was a little worried because Brandon does do YA, and Kiddo has listened like to the audiobooks, with different audiobooks of YA stuff with me and Z, and really enjoyed it. And I've really enjoyed it. It was really a great book. The Arithmetist is awesome. I'm so sad it's not in the Cosmere, so it's not like on the radar for projects.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the like projects that's like one of the few projects that he's done that's outside the Cosmere. So, but Kiddo had such a great time and got like loved the games and was so excited to see like the person who made Arcane.
Yeah.
And like was so excited that he met Brandon, which was cool. And then we got so I don't think I told you this, but like we brought home Chol like exclusives to the con. So Chols are like a creature from the Stormlight series that are basically all the beasts of burden, and like a lot of the creatures are crabs of some kind, so they look like hermit crabs, and they're very cute and stupid.
They're very cute.
But they're weighted buddies, which is nice, right? Like, you know, it's meant for comfort and anxiety or whatever. But we were carrying them around, and when we were waiting in line with people, like, and Kiddo had theirs, and people would chat with us. They'd be like, "Oh, where are you guys from?" And we were like, you know, San Francisco area, and they were like, "Oh, be careful when you go through TSA, because apparently those Chols and the next like Dragonsteel Nexus became infamous last year when they first released the Chols, because they had to check every single one of them, because it scans as heavier than it looks. Like it should be. Like there's something stuffed in it."
Oh my god.
So it caused a huge problem at the airport last year. But we like kept.
God.
I know we got warned. Like I swear to you, a dozen times separately, and we just like carried them and had them because Z also got like a beautiful artwork of Warbreaker, but it's on metal.
Oh,
He
I don't think I
really
caught
likes
that.
like metal art. We're such opposites. So he really likes metal art. So he got a Warbreaker thing, and we just put all three of those in a basket.
To just like, yeah,
Just so we were like, we know you need to check these. Please check them.
that's great.
Yeah.
I love that all the nerds were like, "This happened to me. I want to pass on my knowledge.
Yes.
Please be
for sure.
safe at the airport."
Yeah, because a lot of people had issues because like some people like packed them, right, and checked them, and even if they check it, they will take it out of your bag. So they were. It wasn't until we were at the airport that somebody was like, "Oh, all you needed to do was put it at the top of your bag. You didn't have to carry it." But we were like, "Whatever."
That always happens to me with almonds. I'm sure it happens to Brennan Lee Mulligan too. I'm so sorry, he was trying to drink his tea.
Oh no.
I used to travel like with almonds all the time, and I would keep like these big bags so I could eat them on the plane when I would like fly back and forth from like grad school.
I feel so safe, protected from almonds.
I know. Like, they were like, "What the hell is this? Drugs must be." And I was like, "It's almonds, man." I've been like pulled over for that, thinking that it was drugs, and like a few other things.
Uh-huh. I saw the look on your face. You were like, no, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna share that one.
But I've never had drugs, just food.
I know, just food.
In nature's drug.
Yeah, I remember my most like, aside from going 4 for 4 the last trip that I took, nothing happened this time.
I know you didn't mention anything, so I
was
figured
great.
nothing happened. You didn't get pulled over.
No, I didn't get pulled over. But when we went to Colorado for the first time for my middle sister's softball tournament, it was the 1st time I had ever been to like Colorado. We went to Boulder and Colorado Springs and stuff.
I love Boulder.
On the way back, because this was like a week-long tournament, right?
Jesus.
On the way back, my mom's bag got flagged, and we could not figure out what it was, and kept looking, and they were like, "Do you have any liquids in there?" And she's like, "No, I don't have anything." And so they tore apart her whole bag, and she had a jar of peanut butter.
Honestly, what a mom thing
What
to
a
do.
sports mom thing.
Yes, be like, are you lightheaded? Do you have a headache? Like, eat a spoon of peanut butter. That's
It's just like a core memory for me because like, you know, like I was terrified of getting in trouble, and I was so worried for her. And she just like, she had to keep track of 3 kids and like a bunch of other stuff, and I was like, of course she couldn't remember that she had a snack.
Also, peanut butter's not a liquid.
You don't think of it as a liquid, but also you don't think of food as a problem, right? You're thinking about
No.
your shampoo and your perfume and all that stuff.
No, I only think of food as a problem if I'm traveling through customs. But anyway, that's great.
Sorry, those are very, very non sequitur.
You know, peanuts and almonds, they'll get you messed up at the TSA.
No high protein snacks for you.
No, they want us to be on carbs and unhappy. So you did that, and I stayed at home with the incredibly anxious dog. But I got to see some of my partners, so that was really nice.
Yeah, I'm really happy you got to have some adult time for yourself.
Oh my god, same. And at home even.
Incredible.
It was, and I made a great cheeseful lasagna.
Yep.
And today I will make a non-dairy lasagna that will be just as good.
It'll be delicious.
This is what excites me. So with that, we should probably get back to the Dragon Stutters.
Yeah, probably. But
But-
first,
A word from our characters. Welcome to our newest segment, Corrections, where we correct anything that we fucked up
or forgot.
or forgot. That's right, Mirth. So we've only got a few corrections this week. Look at us go. And first we're going to start with Laz. Hi. Adon's deific presence was Adri Fania a good friend to Sirenita, and one of the triad of Seldarine that make up the Angharad, the goddess honored upon Edon's weapon.
If you can see a god, it's because they want you to. Good luck figuring out why, though. Evil laugh.
Wow. Mirth hasn't tried to remember what they sacrificed to the Dance of the Seven Winds yet, but the memories did return when the effect of the ritual ended, basically when we all resolved the Bashaba bets. And Bardus was just waiting for a moment when Flint was feeling the pinch of that choice to reveal they were there, like turning around and seeing something lost right where you last left it, after tearing the room apart in search of it. And that's it for this week. Tune in next week for, I'm sure, more corrections. But now, back to the show.
And we're back.
We're back!
That evil laugh, though.
Bardus is so happy for us not to know things.
I know. Not gonna lie, I was having a rough day and I cried a little bit. I was like, no.
Jesus, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah. It was very funny. I laughed first and then I cried a little bit.
That thing where you like...
Yeah, exactly.
I do that all
I was
the
like,
time.
why do all the gods want to see them?
I know. I really hope that we find out at some point. It only gets worse from here.
I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's delicious. We love it.
We do. So last we left off, we watched and participated, some more than others, in the Dance of the Seven Winds with Ashara at Kirsabal, the monastery full of Aarakocra, the bird people. And we all opted to lock away one of our powers because of a crazy roll that Zayd made with one of his goddesses, Bashaba.
Mm-hmm.
So
no bardic inspiration for me.
Yep, no stunning strike for me. And
which we ruled also counted for my flourishes, but I had a master flourish where I could use a d6.
That's right. So you could still do
Kind
that
of.
one. I know, kind of.
It's very different from the d12. You know?
Yeah. At least that's not your main mode of fighting unless you're out of stuff, which is good. So the first thing that happened that was the end of a session of our gameplay.
Yes.
So it's lining up with our session of the episode, which I find nice because it hasn't happened very much.
No, it hasn't.
So the first thing we did when we picked back up the next week was Bardus had us do a first bonus roll for our powers that we locked away.
Roll on a d100 or something, right?
I think it was a d20.
Okay.
So basically there were, I think about maybe 4 or 5 times that Bardus had us each roll a d20 and they would note what our result was. Most of us rolled pretty badly overall. I think you were the only person that...
I remember rolling pretty well.
You did. Most of us rolled shit. I think...
Because it's a game of chance, right? So that was the gamble, is this going to do anything?
I'm pretty sure Kayleen rolled a natural... Yeah, Kayleen rolled a natural 1 for the first one.
Oh, no.
So sad. So, yeah, we all rolled really badly, except for Mirth, basically. And
I don't know why. That is not typical.
Yeah, but it pretty much continued. Hey, it's not anything having to do with insight, so you're okay. Just like Mercutio. Oh, just reading myself. So we rolled, and I didn't write down everybody's numbers every time, so it doesn't really matter.
But now we're getting all aboard the Mirth bus.
Yeah, I know you're excited. Yes, so we where did you take us first, Mirth?
Well, first we went to Hrakamar.
That's right.
I think drop off Undrul, right?
Yes, we had to drop her off, and
we needed money for Anatha.
We needed money. We also needed to deposit our money.
Yes.
There, because they were basically holding everything we didn't want to hold.
It's literally a room full of coins. It's really insane.
And
Like
yeah, so
Scrooge McDuck.
literally like diving into the money.
Yeah.
I'm sure Kayleen was diving into the money. So then we
Then we went from there to Wakanga's villa so that we could drop Anatha off so she could establish the trade route.
yeah, and give her the money to do that. And then Wakanga asked for one of the dungeon cores if we could get it as a favor from the dungeons, like the fire one and the undead one that we've been messing around in.
Yeah.
So they were like, if you have time, I could use one of these.
And when we got there, I saw a succubus invisible on the other side of Wakanga's garden when we were talking.
That's right. You see everything.
Mirth is at this point almost constant. Like it has story consequences later
Yes.
because Mirth is constantly got see invisibility up.
Well, and you have so many possible slots for it. So it's really easy to do. But succubi are, I think, like, there's some kind of evil alignment. I forget if it's lawful or chaotic.
I don't know.
I don't know if you know.
I don't remember what that person has to do with anything.
I don't think we know. Bardis, please give us a correction. Let us know if we know or if we don't know.
Okay.
Because me as a player doesn't know.
Then we went back to Harakamar.
What? Back? Yeah, so I think we had to wait like a day because you had used so many spells.
Yeah, so I could do all of those in one day.
Oh, wait, I know what it is.
I had an 8th level spell at that point.
So that's right.
And it was both maybe it was both my 7th and an 8th. I don't know.
That sounds correct. And then we spent like a little bit of time there because Kayleen wanted to fix George, and I think he finished fixing him. And our old guide, Musharib, we found out he took back his actual name, which is Vassal Vinecutter, which is a fun name.
Fun name.
And then we were getting ready to go to Omu, and we chose to fly because we have our 3 days worth of wings from the ritual. But we had a big discussion before.
Yes, because Adon wants to bring Alara and Saren to Omu.
Her partner and her kid.
Which I know Mirth was like, why would you want to bring a child?
Yeah.
Bring child. And their argument was essentially, she's seen worse. And Mirth was like, so have I. That's not a reason for this to happen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of us were like, this doesn't seem like a good plan. But I know meta, Bardis was like, I will never let this child be hurt.
Yeah.
So that everyone can, as a player, try to relax.
Yeah, as a player, but I mean, that didn't make it better for the characters. Correct.
As a player, because I know that, as a player, I was like, oh my god, that stresses me out. And they were like, I am not going to hurt the child. So that happened. And then, just a little bonus, all those kobolds that were following Zaid, that are, still worshipping him, that are just at Harakamar working.
They're working now.
They found him a bunch of tribute. So they found him 50 pounds of gold ore and $200,000 worth of gems.
Yeah. So it's not 50 gold ore, it's 50 pounds of gold ore.
It's so much money. I don't know what to do about it.
And then we roll again for our powers.
Yep. And nothing notable necessarily there.
Same pattern. I roll decently, and most people roll either okay or bad.
Yeah. And then we basically decided to set off for Omu and start flying, because it's pretty far away. It's they're on our map.
It took us several hours, didn't it?
It took us more than a day.
Yeah.
So, because
That's right, because we could only do this because we have the permanent wings right now.
Right. On our map, remember, there are little hexes, and each hex is 10 miles, I think.
Yeah.
And it was at least 15 of them away.
Yeah.
It was many miles. So, not a ton happened on our journey.
Yeah, but we So to clarify, we decided to do this because we know that Omu is dangerous and large. So to try to teleport to it blindly would have been very dangerous.
Yes, and if we traveled like on foot,
It would have taken us weeks.
it would have taken way longer, and it would have been like way more dangerous than flying, because there
Yes.
are far fewer flying creatures
Yep.
than walking ones. So we had like a few stop offs, but not a ton that were notable. One that I know was important to River
Yes.
was that we saw, I don't remember who saw it, but someone saw a big Ubteo statue below us.
Honestly, probably you or Adon.
That's true. I forgot River has really good perception. So we flew down there and looked at it, and it was this huge statue of him. It has his symbol, which is a labyrinth, on his stomach, and there were a bunch of offerings and different tracks from like dwarves and goblins and fire newts, like a bunch of different species. And the maze on his stomach is different than it normally is. So River like traced it with his hand and rolled a nat 20. Good for him. So he traced it and offered, he's been collecting these puzzle boxes
Yep.
that we get in loot sometimes. So he offered one of those, and then on the back of one of his hands, in the same like gold color as his rosettes on his pelt, the labyrinth symbol appeared, and I think it's like the blessing of Ubteo, so he can use it once whenever he wants to find a path to one of the dungeons, like that's closest to us, and he has not used it yet.
That's right.
But that was fun. So he's got like a little temporary tattoo, basically. And so that was a fun little stop off. And then later, I believe Zayd either got bored of flying or something and decided to use like a 5th level spell we've never seen him use.
I think this is while you were examining the statue or whatever.
That would make sense. So
And we get Zegasus. Pegasus that is silver and gold.
he's my favorite.
Who is honestly a lot like the one in oh shoot, what's it called, with Adora and it's the cartoon that Kiddo likes so much, that
Oh
with
my
Catra
god.
and Adora and
The Dragon Prince?
no. It's all the princesses that have powers. Why can't I remember the name of it?
I see it.
It's a lot like Adora's horse, or Pegasus, and that. Very new to the world, trying to learn things, valiant.
And just knows nothing. But in such a pure way.
That has a very strong sense of justice.
Yes, because they're summoned by a paladin.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they have like the same alignment as like the character that summons them in that spell. So then he just decided to ride on Zegasus, which was really fun. Because it's like find greater steed is the spell, right?
Yes.
So, you mentioned this when we talked about the cloaks. They negate 2 levels of exhaustion, so we flew through the night, because who the fuck cares?
Yes, exactly. Which is dangerous. But somebody would have to get the cloaks off of us for it to stop working.
Yes.
Which we have that magical Zalloy clasp and all kinds of stuff around that not happening.
Yeah, because the clasps have like a really high AC.
Yes.
So we kept flying. There, I have a note from Bardis here that there were like a bunch of were-tigers that followed us on the ground that we could see, and Bardis.
She-Ra. Okay, sorry.
Yes, that is it.
She-Ra,
Thank you.
the Princesses of Power. Okay,
It was
there we
hurting.
go.
It was hurting my brain.
So sorry.
It's okay.
Continue.
So
Were-tigers.
the were-tiger, we essentially like flew down close enough that they were in range of the cloaks, and because they were hostile towards us, they got super intimidated because they failed on that roll against your DC.
My DC of 27,
Something
right?
like that.
27 or 28. Yeah.
So, Bartis said that they were really sad that we didn't get to meet the were-tigers because they were like really excited for that.
Oh.
I know. I was like, oh, it's sad. But yeah, were-tigers stopped following us pretty shortly after. And when we were about 10 miles away, we stopped and you cast the mansion. So we were able to actually rest before we went in there. So we were all fresh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we'd only gotten one level of exhaustion, so you can sleep away one level of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Mirth being very insistent on that because everybody's like, we could just go in. And I was like,
No. Please, no, guys. Guys.
Please don't become dependent on the suit.
Yeah.
They're just having like a berserk moment where I'm like, please don't become dependent upon the evil armor that you have to fight in and therefore get weaker because you have to keep fighting in this evil armor. Let's not do that.
That's a good point. And I think we also saw a big undead T-Rex kind of nearby, so we were like,
delicious.
Bye.
Oh, that's right. Oh man, sorry, we're looking at our notes. I forgot. So we started this thing of so Zegas liked to sing and is going to have a debut album, and so we started naming them off of things that we just said that were so silly.
Yeah, like I think he mostly said them in response to like things that we asked him.
Yes.
They were so good. Would you like to say the first 2 tracks off the album?
I am familiar with nothing. And can I say no?
I think like River asked him to do something and
he stopped for so long and then was like, can I say no?
Yeah. He was like, yeah, sure, like whatever you want. That's fine. Zegas, this is great and made us laugh in these dark times.
Yep.
So then we make it to Omu. Would you like me to describe what we saw? You're not excited. It's a bad city.
I'm not excited for this next part.
I know. So in Omu, it's huge. There is a river that pours into it that falls into a large pit of lava that has
like
opened
this
up.
Constant, like, almost like the San Francisco cloud, like steam cloud that's over this one part of it.
Mm-hmm. Over everything. And the central area that's in like the northeastern part of the city that is like the most metropolitan, or was.
It was a maze, right?
Mm-hmm. It's Ubteo's maze. And there's a palace in the center of it.
Yes.
And it's the whole city is down like in the Grand Canyon, essentially.
Yes.
It's like over 100 feet down inset into this canyon.
So it's hard to get into.
And there's all these gargoyles like we saw at Kirsabal that are up on the edge guarding it. And in some places, like in the northwest, there's a big amphitheater and the mist there doesn't really move.
Yeah, it's very unnatural. So like the lava and mist kind of like, so the lava mist, there's always some of it, but then, at night it gets cold, and then during the day you get that same like, the fog over the grass, right? And so that naturally changes over the course of the day, but there are places where like it's magical or unnatural, and it doesn't move and it doesn't shift during the day.
Yeah. And there's a lot of like destruction because like the city has been fallen or whatever for like quite some time. So there's a lot of new fires and explosions, and we see a lot of different kinds of creatures moving around. Because there are like factions of people, we assume, wanting to like get treasure, wanting to live there. Like there's stuff we don't know going on yet. And we see some small creatures out on this bridge out into the lava. Were they like the frog creatures?
Do you remember that guy's son? Yeah. Yeah, so they were native creatures to the jungle that was like basically, we couldn't really tell what was going on over there.
Yeah.
But they were like think small as in small in D&D, small creatures like goblin sized.
Yeah, like what, 4 feet or under,
Yeah.
essentially. And
And there was a large shadow that was in the deep mist that was easily the size of Tinder or larger, that we'll come back to bite us.
literally,
And then you talked about those statues that were living, like they look like gargoyles, but they were alive.
yeah,
Like, weird.
they were like a different kind of creature, I think.
Yeah.
And very old. And so that's kind of what we saw. And I had written down, we have like a lot of different objectives for being here. So just to refresh the things that we possibly want to accomplish.
A chalice for the princess.
My family heirloom.
Get to the maze.
Destroy Papa's Isle.
Yes, please. Find Sun Li.
Maybe deal with the hags. So those are like all the things going into it. We were like, maybe we should tackle these.
Yeah.
And
So when we get there, there are red-robed wizards that are like having an aerial battle of some kind.
yeah, they're in this type of, or like setting of D&D, they're Thayans. They're from a certain area. They're known to be evil. Zaid was fighting in a war against them some time ago.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, so this is when we find out that like any of Zaid's like backstory. Because Zaid was uniquely vicious
Yes.
in this fight. Because usually Zaid will get them down and then we'll decide what we're gonna do, or whatever. But Zaid was determined to get information out of these people and to destroy them.
Yeah. And this fight, I don't remember it being horrible. Like the fight itself, like it wasn't
It was hard. It was a hard fight, and we were winning.
yes.
Because we purely surprised them, right? Because we're flying and we have a lot of abilities and mobility and all of that stuff. But what we experienced was we were winning, and then there was this image of this other mage that appeared, and then they cast a huge spell, and I used a 9th level counterspell and rolled really high on it.
You rolled crazy high.
I rolled crazy high, and it still happened.
Yeah, it was...
Because we found out these are Thayans. So if you've seen the D&D movie, you know the red mages, evil mages from that land that are like all have the tattoos, and remember we saw one earlier that was riding a nightmare and all that. So these are Thayans.
Yeah.
And they can do crazy shit with their magic even at high levels.
Yeah, so it was real bad.
I think it downed me and somebody else.
And Kayleen. It took you both to 0 hit points. Zaid and I saved, but we still got, like, basically we didn't get taken down to 0 hit points, but we received a bunch of debuffs, even if you save. And Zaid and I and Zegasus were able to save both of you from falling to the ground, because we were, like, super high up in the air.
Yes, we would have died.
Yeah, we were, like, at least half a mile in the air.
Yeah, so let's back up a little bit. What we didn't know was that this is so this guy's name, we find out later, is Dirax, and he's a Thayan. And his cohort, as well as many of the other Thayan teams running around Omu in the jungle, are all apprentices under Valindra's Shadow Mantle. So what we saw, the elven woman that was projected in a strange room who like cast the spell, and I forgot to say, I also subtle counterspelled, which
yes,
means
you did.
there was no way to counterspell my counterspell. unless you are like near me and can sense the weave.
Yeah, she's very powerful.
Yeah, she's but what she was casting was called Nyborg's Stern Reproof.
It's a really nasty spell.
She casts it as a punishment because just before that I used counterspell and prevented Direx's escape charm from working, which is like an order from her of like you got to leave. And because he didn't follow an order, she cast this like deadly spell and didn't care that it hit us, which we didn't know. We thought it was like at us, but it was actually at Direx.
Yeah. Like, I don't think we found that out necessarily.
No, we did not. This is just info from Bardis.
Yeah. It's really interesting that, like, it's like if, I don't know, Thayan culture is interesting. It's like if you don't follow an order, you get killed.
Yeah, it's very vicious. There's no, like, well, if we find this out subtly, like, slowly. But, so, like you said, Keelan and I did not save. We were reduced to 0 hit points and started falling.
Yeah.
And we were, what were we, like 40 feet up in there at least?
At least, like, I thought it was like hundreds of feet.
But, y'all rolled crazy good and saved us from hitting the ground. But, then comes, I don't know if you all remember from when we had Z on, the up-down game. So y'all revived us, and we all made sure everybody was okay. And then we approached this red mage.
Yeah, because Kayleen had put dimensional shackles on him.
Yes.
So he couldn't get away.
Yeah, that was part of why the charm didn't work, and like there's a whole series of things that happened, right? So, good job, Kayleen.
Seriously. So he, like, his first mode is like, I don't trust these people. I don't have to tell them anything, right?
I'm not going to tell you nothing.
And he seemed very afraid. We know that it
probably had something to do with the cloaks.
Yeah. And so...
but we figure out slowly through the conversation, he's not afraid of us.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure he's afraid of her,
yeah,
right?
He's afraid of her.
And especially not afraid of you, of Mirth. Because Mirth was trying to just treat him like a person.
Yeah, so usually in this situation, this is why this was really interesting. Usually in this situation, Mirth would do the talking to whomever we're dealing with. And everybody would give Mirth prompts or be like, hey, please ask this or whatever, because Mirth is very charming. Paladins are also high charisma characters.
Yes.
So Zaid also has this ability, but has never really stepped in very much for it. But Zaid almost like bowls over Mirth's attempts to be friendly and to get information because Mirth does find out a couple things. The Thans are trying to figure out why the world is moving around the navel of the gods' forsaken jungle.
In their words.
That was Direx's words.
Yeah.
And Direx is afraid, and he tells Mirth that in the city where there are frog humanoids, the Yuan-Ti, Veggie Pygmies, and Zorbos. So, like, those are the other enemies that are here, or other factions.
Yeah, there are lots of different factions, mostly divided into different, like, species groups.
Yes. Then, when that's kind of, like, as far as Mirth gets, Zaid starts killing him, and then bringing him back to 1 HP. To get him to talk. And basically, he did it at least 4 or 5 times before Direx realized that this was not going to end. And Mirth stopped participating at this point because nobody else in the party knew this. Only Bardis knew from a short story that I had given him. That I'd given them. It was basically something that happened right before Thaz joined the carnival, but it's called Tiny Town. It was basically a very like racist, Asmodeus fearing town, which is like a lot of the tiefling lore has to do with that. And so these people hated Asmodeus, hated any tiefling ever. And Mirth was like a young teenager, and wanted, or like old enough to drink in the D&D world, so probably
Sure.
16 to 18, right? And wanted to go out by himself for the first time. And so he went out and then got cornered and by bigots essentially. And one of the things that they did to him, among many others, is beat him to death and then brought him back up to beat him to death again. So I had never told anyone this. This was just a part of like buried trauma of that's why Mirth wore the head wrap at the beginning, why Mirth wore armor. Like there's a lot of reasons that Mirth like hid a lot and didn't tell people that like he was a tiefling and things like that. So when this was happening, I distinctly remember being like, what the fuck? Because Mirth was just completely I had to roll several times on the table that Bartis and I had made. Like there was like a side combo
The
happening.
PTSD table.
Uh-huh. But Mirth like couldn't talk.
I know. I
And was just
remember.
like, you gotta stop. What are you doing? Like at first. And then just didn't talk anymore.
Yeah, I remember like you flew over to a different area and River followed you.
Yeah, Mirth just left eventually. And just sat down and stared into space. Like that was pretty much it.
Yeah, I remember during this like following you and just like River like sat with Mirth and we had just like kind of waited. Like he didn't know what was going on obviously, but he knew something was wrong.
Well, because we've never seen this behavior from Zaid,
No.
obviously. And it's horrifying. Like it's horrifying in itself. But this had actually happened to Mirth for like essentially overnight, hours. And so he was like, this should never happen to anybody.
Yeah.
It was such a weird coincidence because Z had no idea. But this is when Kayleen stayed with Z, and so did Adon, and they found out that Zaid was a soldier, and Zaid fought in the war against the Thanes.
And he like specifically was a torturer, I think.
Yes, so very specifically knew how to get information from the Thanes. And so that was a fun backstory reveal that was horribly traumatic for all of us.
Yeah. And that went on for, like you said, 4 or 5 times. And then I think Dirax finally was just like, fine, I'll give you like the information
I think
you want
once
to know.
he woke up and Mirth was gone. Like there was no good cop essentially. And it kept happening. He was like, "Oh, I'm not getting out of this."
Yeah. And I think he just wanted to like give us information so that we would actually kill him was probably his motive. So what he finally said was that the Yuan-Ti, which are like a race of like lizard folk, they're generally evil in D&D. Like their alignment is generally evil. That a bunch of them attacked the Thayan base because the Thayans have like a temporary base in Omu right now. It's in the southwest of the city. They attacked them last night, and the Thayans are looking, coincidentally, for Artisimber, which we are also looking for.
Yes,
Tazium asked us to look for
If you
him.
recall, the first thing that like when Mirth was sent out, and they were like, "Hey, go find this really cool like Warforged thing." Also, keep an ear out for Artisimber. And so when Mirth hears Artisimber is when he kind of comes back to the conversation and is like, what?
Yeah, an artist has this, it's called the Ring of Winter. It's one of those like magical items that is so old that it's become sentient and it's evil. So it's getting him to do really bad stuff.
Yeah, it can change a person's alignment once you wear it. It's
Yes.
basically cursed.
And Artist was also a former Harper like Tazium, which is notable. Like in the D&D movie.
Yeah, he was a good person.
Yeah, he was a very good person.
Yep.
So Mirth and River come back when Mirth kind of hears that and comes back to the present and gets Direx to come with us.
Yeah, because Direx is like, just kill me.
Yeah, and Mirth is
And
like, no.
she's like, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm really sorry for his behavior. That's not normally how we are. And like this is all foreign to Dirax, we find out, because like they don't have like because Mirth just starts sharing his rations and offering him a place to sleep and like genuinely like over just being himself over the next week or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's been about a week.
Yeah. It's just consistent in his kindness, and Dirax has opened up and come to be a friend.
Yeah, like where we have left off in the campaign in like all the way at the end of my notes, he is still with us.
He's still with us, and I'm pretty sure he saved Mirth's life once. So
he's actively helps us. He like it's a really cool evolution of a relationship to see with someone who is evil.
Yeah, he was like evil, but like he thought it was all a trick, like with Mirth at first, and Mirth has just been consistent.
Just been like, no.
And treated him like a person and asked his opinion, and like it was all new and foreign. And Dirax is still notably very scared about what's going to happen with this woman. But yeah.
Yeah, so that's one of the like
it's our Essek moment.
Literally. Oh my god. If you're not a fan of Critical Role, the Amazon Prime series that they're doing for the Mighty Nine has Essek, which is like an NPC in Campaign 2 that we absolutely love. And this is truly an Essek moment. Yeah. And so where we will leave off before we get into the city is we're about a mile from the like lip of the canyon, floating in the air. Our wings are about to go away soon. Mm-hmm. And we have this new quote unquote party member.
Who's riding on Zegasus.
Yes, because he can't fly right now. That's right. So that's where we're gonna give you a little literal cliffhanger, I guess. Because we're about I just thought of that and I hated it a little bit. Because that was
anyway. But we're finally to Omu. The whole point of this
of this whole module.
This module.
I literally can't believe it. It took us like we're only level, years.
17?
Literally. It's supposed to be like a level 5 area, I think.
poor Bardis.
Had to scale so much.
No, but we pick up some interesting people in the next little bit, and the stakes really go up.
Yes.
They've been slowly increasing since we went to Kirsabal, really. But it intensely goes up once we're in here.
Yeah, it becomes very stressful. So you can look forward to that next session when we actually enter the city, which I'm excited about. So that's going to be great.
Yep. And we'll be back with our outro and our questions for the week.
Yes.
But first,
a word from our characters. Love this show? Of course you do. Want to learn more? I mean, who wouldn't? Well, you've come to the right bard. This is Mercutius Market with your host, me, Mercutia Claudius Titania Banquo Ulysses Falstaff, and yes, I did make the name myself. If you have questions for your wonderful hosts, or me, or anyone else you've heard on the podcast, but mostly me, email us at queerdicerolls, that's ROLES, at Obroris, that's OBRORIS, archives.com. If you wish, you can send these poor, tired queers the funds for their iced oat lattes through our Ko-fi Queer Dice Rolls. Be sure to follow us on all your favorite platforms. If you'd like to peruse these or any other links, check out our link tree. This week, we want to thank Z, who doesn't actually like roleplay, but always comes up with the best moments. You're gorgeous, and we love you. That's all for now, but I'll be back next week. Ta-ta! You've been listening to Queer Dice Rolls with Flint and Lena.
Have you ever converted an evil NPC to your cause?
Don't forget to send us a message on Instagram or Buzzsprout. We'd love to hear from you.
The two of us will be back next week with a continuing tale of the Dragon Stunners.
But until then, take this inspiration die, just in case!
Bye, y'all.